this doesn't share exactly our fees, but we will, for an income, we will take on membership for group fitness classes and personal training. And then we'll offset that two ways. I mentioned during what we need the ability to have scholarship money for people who can't afford it. But another way that I'm helping try to alleviate the strain of the small classes, that I'm still holding outdoor classes Monday, Wednesday, Friday outside, so that people can attend for free. And we won't have to worry about social distancing practice in terms of being too close together in a room. They can spread out the high school track, be as far apart as they need to be, feel comfortable, bring their own equipment. Like all they're gonna really need is well, we've been doing this already for this entire summer, this entire spring. But people are 30 feet apart with their own bands and doing their own thing. And then people feel comfortable being with a mask and being okay with that. So doing the free classes in the morning will alleviate that a little bit. And then having an income from our memberships will also offset our costs. And then when we're able to move into a bigger space, I still see us offering some free classes outside, weather permitting, just to allow people who aren't going to be otherwise be able to afford to have a membership until we can offset them with scholarships to be able to be a part of something bigger than that. Does that answer your question?
Yeah.
Okay. I have something I'd like to share just for a second.
Sure.
And then hopefully I can, all right. So, can you unshare what you're doing there for a second?
Oh yeah, you want to share something? Yeah.
Yeah. All right, here we go. There we go. Okay. So, Earthshed, Chico permaculture, you might look at that. They've done stuff in Paradise before, and that's really all I'll never get this.
I don't see the.
Did you see?
There it is.
Oh,
I saw the sign, but I couldn't see the name of the place. Oh, Earthshed. Is it Earthshed Solutions?
Yeah. I don't know if they've been doing anything recently. This is from 2019. Can you see that thing? Garden plots are back. Paradise Community Guild. So something is happening so they have a Facebook page. See what this is. Paradise Seed Lending Library. So I don't know. See what the latest thing is here.
How do you lend a seed out?
I was thinking the same thing.
Well, it's you get a copy. It's like the same with a book. You get a copy of the seed. And then they had stuff at the library. So yeah.
I'll check that out. That's awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Anything permaculture, permablitz, Earthshed, and the seed lending library thing. So okay, let me get. You are now stop share. Okay. There you go.
Hey, Aaron, I'm sure you were doing your research before you did all this, and you obviously have a background with the Adventists and the wellness and all that kind of stuff. What other communities are doing the same kind of model that you know of? I was just curious when you were.
To the capacity that I'm looking at doing it here, I don't know of any. Like I said before, YMCA is probably the most similar. So I really feel like what I'm trying to do is blend the YMCA model with the Blue Zones model. So does anybody know much about Blue Zones at all? Or okay, so like I said, Blue Zones was written by a gentleman. What's that you have?
Just what you had on your slide about people living to be 100 or whatever, something like that.
Right. So Blue Zones was originally a book written about all the different ways that these communities around the world who have lived to be a century old. So it was part of it was the community they lived in, and people would help the elderly as they got older. Part of it was nutrition. Part of it was mindset. Part of it was some sort of religion, but it wasn't a certain one. It was just they had a purpose beyond themselves of some sort. And obviously the last one was movement, right? So taking those concepts that Blue Zones has several communities in the United States that they have said, okay, how can we shift this community that's already kind of doing some of those things into a completely Blue Zone community? Grass Valley is one of those. There's another one Adventist Health is really involved in the South that they've been able to transition. So again, I'm taking the concepts of the Blue Zones and the concepts of YMCA and kind of blend them together. So as far as I know, this has not really been done yet, but I feel like can't hurt.
That's cool. No, that's cool. I was just kind of curious to see if, when during your research, if you found anything else that one that doesn't. Okay.
Yeah.
That answers my question. Thank
Well, it's
you.
interesting to note that Blue Zones is already looking at Paradise to do a project where they were going to kind of shift them from being then just a Venice health community into a community that would inspire all those practices before the fire. They were going to put, I want to say, millions of dollars into the town to do so, but then the fire happened and they backed out. However, now it's a clean slate.
Totally. No,
Right?
I love the whole concept, and then the whole
Yeah.
garden thing is it
Mhm.
kind of just pulls everything. That's really cool.
Thanks.
Nice.
Thanks.
I like it.
So if this phase 1, 2, and 3, and they get going and you have good momentum, opening up other facilities. So there's one in Paradise, one in Chico, one looking more county-wise instead of having different facilities to help the different communities. Because Butte County in Northern California, we do have a lot of older based residents, and it is a retirement, thought of as a retirement, destination.
It was originally. Yeah.
Health and wellness is part of that. I know they have like, what do they call them? Hospital tours, or like, actually people go on vacations to look at places just because of the wellness and the facilities available for their long term. And I know, looking at past family members, they were looking at moving up here or even to Reading, but they just didn't have the lifestyle that they wanted. They wanted something a little more community involved and doing stuff, just like you're saying, moving, doing stuff with purpose, not just going someplace to sit in a retirement house or
Mm-hmm.
melting away somewhere.
Right. Well, two responses. That the first response was the amount of heart and soul and work that went into this first one. The thought of doing a second one scares the living out of me. I'm just like, doing more than one, like what? That made my heart stop just for a second. But it was exciting. I mean, if this model works, then yes, I would love to help other people do it. But that scares me. That's number one. Number two, though, I think I was sharing with you yesterday, Tim, that part of the idea of creating this was, Grass Valley already has so many elements, like I said about Blue Zones, and it's a destination place. People go there to kayak, they go there to hike, they go there to bike, they go there because the food is great. They've got great nutrition, and just the community presence there, the energy there. I don't know if you've been there before, but it's a wonderful place to be. Like, you walk through town and you feel like you're in a place that celebrates health and wellness. And I know that Adventist Health, Paradise Parks and Rec, and Paradise Unified School District would love to make Paradise that same kind of destination where, like, we can create a bike path that goes from Chico to Inskip that are bike trails that include mountain biking and regular biking. Having Paradise Lake be a destination place for kayaking and running. And, just there's so many different outlets already up there that we can tap into that has nothing to do with Paradise Stronger. But if I can help be an arrow towards those things and say, listen, you're not going to come for Paradise Stronger, but I want to tell you, here's all these other things that we can celebrate wellness with. Why not? I mean, that's my joy. Let's do it. Let's go. So yeah, absolutely.
You're the Paradise Wellness Ambassador.
Amen. Yes.
Aaron, do you have a Facebook page or a website?
Yeah, I've got both. ParadiseStronger.org is our website, and then Paradise Stronger on Facebook page is also there. And I can send you those links in the chat later if you need me to.
Aaron, I have to ask, are you working with your local chambers?
Yeah, I'm working with Monica and Paradise Chamber. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Great.
In fact, there's a little bit of and when I say this, I'm not saying this in a dissent way, kind of a way, but we've been planning this June 27th walkthrough wellness fair where we've got a lot of protocols in place to make sure that it's one-way traffic and that 6 feet of distance and masks are being worn. But the chamber's like, we're not quite sure we're going to show for that yet, just because there was another grand opening, something that happened recently, and there was a spread of COVID there. And I get that. It's a legitimate concern. I don't blame that at all. But, so they're saying, well, we support that you're doing this and we're happy for you, but we're not quite sure we're going to put our name on that yet. And again, I get that. There's it's a legitimate, real threat, and we're going to do our best to have as much, social distance practices during that event. But,
Yeah.
there's nothing 100%.
We're having a thing at the, oh, sorry.
Oh, no, go ahead. Oh, we were running out of time.
Oh, no, I was just saying that on June 27th, we're having our field day at the Masonic Center. They're going to let us show up there in the outdoor area with tables, and we're going to be trying to be as distant and everything. It's
Right.
kind of, we're going to have limited press and public interaction, if any, and but we're going to be doing Zoom and Skype, I think, with some of that. Yeah, it's an interesting.
And yeah, I thought about, so well, two things. The first thing I was going to say was all of the chambers on June 26th are doing a really big mask giveaway.
Oh, okay.
Paradise is getting thousands of masks. Chico's getting we've got 20,000 masks sitting in our office right now.
Okay.
Gridley, Corville. I think Corville's getting 8,000. So you might want to go grab some for the next day.
No, good call. I just wrote that down. That's perfect. Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah, and then the other thing, which I'm sure you've already thought of, because you're young and talented, but is maybe do a live stream.
Oh yeah. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, definitely use that. Absolutely. But yeah, thanks for the reminder, for sure. Yeah.
Awesome.
So on your biggest thing is space right now, jumping up and doing it. So you found any places or properties that are open to handle your kind of operation?
Initially, we had, because again, we've been working with Adventist Health, and we subleased a space that they weren't using. And now they have a second space that they have been using to store all the medical equipment that survived the fire and kind of parcel it out to other hospitals. And they haven't had insurance money, and that will be until August to use that for that space. However, with the pandemic, everything got slowed way down, so that space will be available in August or probably even until November. And again, we're going to get something sooner. So yeah, there's several spots we've looked at, but we don't have anything set in stone. But we would need at least 4,000 square feet and 2 to 3 different rooms to make this work. Yeah. I really want to stay with the idea of fitness classes first, especially since with the pandemic, and I don't want to get overly political or anything like that, but from what they say, that we were not have a vaccine until maybe sometime next year, to put people in an open gym environment, like I was saying at the very beginning of the call.
Yeah.
Whether or not that's true and whether or not this is, as legitimate as they say, I'd rather fall from the side of safety and not put people in an environment where they're doing their own thing and their own equipment. I'd rather have them in classes where we can control the environment, control what they're using, clean it up afterwards, and then not have an open gym until we know things are safe to open up for people to do so and fall on the default to the safety side. That's why we need 3 rooms, so we can have 3 different kinds of classes happening at once, and then people can be socially distant, equipment can be clean, environment can be controlled.
So Aaron, when you talk about classes, are you talking about a spinning class? So you'd have the bikes, and another one you'd have treadmills or something like that in each room already set up?
Correct. Yeah. So we have again, there's such a demographic. There's such a wide range of kinds of classes. So spin, yes, and maybe a weightlifting class in one, and then a sit and be fit in another, and then a Zumba over here, and so that we can hit all different kinds of fitness needs. People define it in different ways, but yeah, all different kinds.
Okay.
Yeah, boxing. Just don't hit anybody.
I thought he was dancing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Zumba.
I thought it was a box. I thought it was, give me one of those. I'm not a Zumba person. When I start dancing, my wife just says, "Stop, Aaron, stop dancing." I'm like, okay. I've got no rhythm.
That's funny.
All right, we have a few minutes left. Anybody else have any questions that we can pop him on and just make sure that he's ready for?
You might look at FarmBot if you're interested in bringing a high-tech DIY maker thing. FarmBot, they have these different systems for automatically weeding and seeding and and watering stuff.
Takes all the fun out of gardening.
I don't know about that, but it gets it off the shelves, empty shelves.
Prepping, planting, and picking. Those are the 3 P's about gardening.
Okay, I'll check that out for sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you.
You know, so
Erin.
I've called the news. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, no, just say that was awesome. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
I've called the news stations, you know, Enterprise Record. I've called the local TV station. I'm going to trying to get on NPR. Obviously, we're publicly as on Facebook. Any other ideas in terms of just getting the word out about who we are, what we're doing, and that sort of thing?
Join your chamber.
Yeah, Chambers in there as well. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
I can send you information for ours if you like. I'm not pushing it, but yeah.
Say again.
Happy to help you. I said I'd be happy to help you get, visible out there.
Okay, awesome. I'll send something to you.
Yeah, every afternoon, news at noon, Linda Watkins Bennett, Channel 12, N24. She has an interview with somebody from the community. She has had several people from Paradise talking about the recovery. You might call her specifically at that station to talk with her about getting a shot at being on, to spread the word.
News at noon with Linda
Watkins Bennett.
Linda Watkins Bennett.
Here, this is Jamie,
Oh, hey, Jamie.
Perry. I'm with Deer Creek Broadcasting. If you want to connect with me too, I can put you in touch with our news director as well.
Okay.
It's KPAY News.
Okay.
The
Awesome.
Chico Chamber Minute is on there.
It is. Have you sent a press release out about your 27th event?
No press release. Okay. Who would I go for that?
You just send that to all media, so you'll just contact. I can help you with that if you need some contacts.
Is PR Wire useful? Because I think they have a free thing there, don't they?
Okay.
Jamie,
I also
do you
have
know
a
about
list.
PR Wire? Oh,
I've never used PR Wire.
Okay.
I get everything that comes in regarding PSAs, which I then forward to all 5 stations.
Okay.
So that's kind of how we do it internally, which also then goes to our promotions director who manages our community calendar as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Online.
Jamie, can I put I'll put my email address in the chat right now for everybody, and
Okay.
instead of you guys all having to do it individually.
Aaron, I'll send you a list that we've put together here. Well, I put together for the most part.
Okay.
I had interns just update. It's a full media list. So it's newspapers, radios, television, and some other items with current contacts, emails, websites, which ones have a community calendar. It's just a big spreadsheet.
Excellent.
To dump that into CRM, know information.
I lost that last part. Some feedback. What did you say last part?
Just taking all the contacts and putting them in your CRM, your customer relationship management.
Okay.
Way you can send bulk emails out or press releases to the correct people. And 9:56, and I need to wrap this up because I have another webinar starting at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
Anything that we could join, or is it just?
It's our Grow with Google, new
is that open
tools in job hunting.
Yeah.
It's more of the Grow with Google job hunting for veterans and spouses, and how to use the job searches, because they know that the different military-based spouses have a harder time finding part-time work. So they put together a different program for them to help work from home searches, helping them create their own small businesses, and also for veterans to look through job searches and particular items using their MOD, their military the military classification codes for what they've been, what their specialties are, and how they cross-reference into the public sector job searches. So it's pretty interesting, a lot of stuff to cover, but yeah, anyone's welcome to join. I always learn something.
Thank you guys for having me. I really appreciate it.
Sure.
I'm
Yeah,
honored
thank
to
you.
share here and to meet you all.
Same.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I got
Aaron.
your
Good
email.
luck to you.
Yeah.
to help support and do it. So you're doing a great job. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you to all our sponsors and organizers. And again, we'll see you next week, same time, same channel. And remember, go out and be awesome today.
All right.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, you guys.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.